I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, sorry.
That's
good.
One of my many TV mamas.
Yeah. Oh, that was her first TV mama. Let's make a distinction.
Period. The first TV mama.
Period with a T.
Whenever you're ready, you can
Yeah,
say it.
yeah.
Amazing.
All right. I'm Carla Renata, the curvy film critic. What's up, fam? Florence is like, oh, she gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, so both of you women exude a lot of strength and drive and intelligence that would intimidate the most, human of people. But and you use that to fight against the archaic ideology of your elders in the film, right? So having said that, would you say that both of you harness that power in your real life in order to inhabit Chani and the princess with conviction? And are you the type to institute change or lean into the status quo? And I'll start with Florence first. Because you look like you had the answer, sis.
Okay, I actually think I've learned more from Princess Irulan, and I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to take bits of her into my life. I think with every character that you play, you are inserting parts of yourself or parts of people around you that you recognize or people that you watch. But most importantly to me, it's definitely, I draw from my mum or my gran or my sisters or me. I'm always putting pieces of me into characters. So then, there obviously is a bit of her that is a bit of me. I think I'm definitely someone that kicks up a fuss about sometimes stuff that I really shouldn't. It's noisy sometimes, but I don't think I could live any other way. I think I was raised by a really powerful set of women that are unbelievably opinionated and just really inject that, and my dad as well, really injected that into all of us. And there is no other way that I could be other than loud, opinionated, and I'd say I'm proud. I'm very proud. So I think maybe that's where I've put that into Princess Irulan. But she's a lot quieter than I am.
Yes.
She holds her cool way better than I would. If I was Princess Irulan, I'd be like, hang on a second. People would know.
Let's put it on the table.
Exactly. Dad, you
Listen,
can't ignore
I got
me.
some things to say.
Exactly.
How about you, Z?
Yeah, I think, these characters and what we've been talking about, all morning is that they are complicated and complex female characters that show very different types of strength. And I think that, I'm very, I think Chani is her conviction and her strength is inspiring, really. And I think, I feel like in my personal life, while I don't necessarily have the skills physically that she has, I try to at least embody some of those things. And also I think in many ways, sometimes in this industry, you have to fight for yourself a lot, and be an advocate for yourself, because you might not feel protected or feel supported. I know I've had that even back when I was a kid on the show that we were on together, and having to learn very, very young that you have to be your own protector or support or whatever. And so that's something that I've kind of carried on my back for quite a long time. And I think it's the reason why maybe I'm a little too intense on myself, So I think if there's anything that I wish for Chani and for myself, it's to be able to breathe and for just, to accept these moments. I think for her, it's so hard for her to even have a love story, because there's so much pain that she's holding, and she has to protect herself. So I definitely empathize with that. And I still think she's stronger than I am, but I'd like to think that I have little pieces of that.
Oh, yeah, you do. You got your mom and dad.
Yeah.
So just to lighten it up a little bit, there's this moment about midway to the end where you guys have that glance.
The glance.
And there's nothing that's said, But if you had the opportunity to say something,
What do you think they say? I'm interested. We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
really,
What do you think they say?
you're looking at her like, I see you, and I see why he likes you, but it ain't gonna happen. And then you looking at her like, if you move, I'ma cut you.
Right. Well, listen, yeah, basically.
It's up to the interpretation is everything.
Yeah, there's so much I think that's said in that scene, in that moment. And I think we're still trying to figure out what's to come with these characters and what that glance means, you know. I think there's a lot of pain and heartbreak and and I don't know.
I think
Betrayal.
What is obvious?
My characters.
I think that's obvious though. Also, to
Yeah.
Princess Irulan is like seeing your reaction. It's very obvious what's just happened, and I think that was the first time in the script when I read Princess Irulan looking at you, at Chani. Sorry, I was like, oh, she's always been aware this was transactional. She knows this is a transaction. She knows that this is the bit where she needs to come forward now. And she's going to protect her dad. And I can now see between these two characters that they also now need me. Or that it's not just a one-sided deal. Like, this is very, very equal. And it's business. That's another thing. I think, and she can recognize that this is a really sad part of business.
Yeah.
A really sad part. Who knows, what comes after that, and where the conversation leads between them afterwards. But it was definitely an intense, and we only had that week working together, and that was our only bit where we got to interact with each other, and it was like so powerful in the 4 seconds that we get to look at each other in the movie. It was very powerful. It was very sad seeing her little face run out the room. It wasn't nice. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was a very powerful moment, and that's why I wanted to ask you about it. So in closing it out, I've been a fan of yours like for 5,000 years, so I'm so happy to be able to finally talk to you.
Oh, bless.
And I am so proud of you. I literally could just bust out of my clothes. I can't even handle it right now. Thank you so much
Lovely
for your
to
time. I
talk to
appreciate
you.
you.
It's good to see
Oh, lovely to meet you too.
It's good to see
Bye, Zizi.